Greetings, it's an honor to be with you today. And today the title is Signs and Seasons, Repent and Forsake. All right, I'm reading from the book of Luke 21, verses 27 to 28, and it says this. And then shall they see the Son of Man coming in a cloud with power and great glory. And when these things begin to come to pass, then look up and lift up your heads, for your redemption draws near. What a glorious time is being portrayed here in this passage. And it's for those that have repented and believed the gospel, right? For those that have said yes to Jesus, this is a glorious time because we've been waiting with anticipation for the return of the Lord. But I want you to see the posture that we are admonished to take. It says, when you see him coming in with great glory, with power and glory, it says, then look up, lift up your heads, for your redemption draws near. So in other words, what we should be doing is looking after God. In other words, he needs to be our focus now. Because actually, the verse seems a bit topsy-turvy, right? Because at verse 27 is talking about him coming, and then verse 28 is talking about the posture in waiting for his return. It's telling us that we've got to be focused on the Lord and his return. This should be our focus in these days. It means then that the things that are distracting us, that are removing us from his presence rather, ought to be things of the past. We've got to stop looking at those things, stop paying attention to those things, and start to focus in on Jesus. And how do we do that effectively? When we have to start doing the things that he has required of us individually by way of his word. So we've got to become familiar with that, because before you know it, the Lord will be here. And it won't be time to work then. I said it in a video, one of my videos that has pretty much gone as viral that it can go, pretty much on Facebook. The time for, well, it's knocking off time rather. The time for work is over. The time for work would have been over when the Lord has made his appearance. What is our position? We've got to repent and forsake the former way. It's time to repent. Turn your back on the sin, the gods, the things that have clouded and cluttered up your life, and make Jesus the centerpiece. Make him the one sitting on the castle or the throne in the castle of your heart. It's time to make him yours and make everything else secondary or non-existent, whatever it takes for you to draw closer to him. But the posture is to look up and lift up your heads, because you want to see him when you return. I just love that. I just love what that describes. A focus, almost like a tunnel vision. Nothing else really matters but the will and the purpose of God. So I want to challenge somebody. It's time to repent and forsake the former way. Those things will only drag us back into sin and perdition. We don't want any connection with those things. What we need in these times is a deeper, in-depth relationship with God. And that may sound complex, or it may sound grandiose, but it's really not. It's so simple. We've got to understand what the will of God is for our lives, and do that. Do that with all your might, with all your strength, with all your heart, because those are the things that God is going to bless and increase. When we set our affections on things above and not on the earth, God is going to bless the things that we do. So, what are you waiting for? It's time to repent and forsake. Signs and seasons.